So I told you guys I wasn't actually going to be making any videos this week because I am on a family vacation with family and friends. But the news just broke of something pretty big in the gaming community and the tech community, and I really wanted to talk about it because, well, I can't wait any longer now. Unfortunately, when you view my video, you may not see a proper thumbnail. That's because I really don't have any equipment with me. I didn't bring any computers, any laptops, anything to really record proper YouTube videos. Really, I just want to make this quick video from my phone because it is about something that's pretty big and I can't wait a week to upload it. I need to upload it right now. I'm going to tell you guys what it's about in just a second. So unfortunately, also you are seeing me in a different location than you normally see me in, so the video may look a little bit different. I may look different. The audio, the video, all may look a little bit different, but I got to get the news out. Now, what am I talking about? If you've already seen the title of this video, then you probably already know what I'm about to talk about. But I'm about to talk about Atari. Yes, Atari is going to be making an up-and-coming game console. Now, we don't have very little information on the console that Atari is planning on making, so we have no idea what this is. We do have some details on it. First of all, they did give us a slight trailer, but in the trailer, we pretty much seen nothing. I'm not going to link you to the trailer. I'm just going to talk about it because it was a really short trailer. Now, we did get some information at E3 about this console. I'll talk about that in a second as well. Well, first off, in the trailer, we did see wood grain. Like, if you've ever seen the old Atari, especially the Atari 2600, then you will know what wood grain is. Wood grain is what was made to use the original Atari. And then we did see a logo, an Atari logo, so we have something there. But outside of that, we know little to no information about this console. We don't know if it's a console that's going to be playing AAA games, whether they're a new Atari first-party titles or whether they're third-party titles already on the market. We really have no way of knowing what kind of games this could be playing. This also could be playing mobile games or indie games. We have no way of knowing at this very moment in time. If you're not aware by now, most people know what Atari is, but Atari was a company that made one of the first in-home consoles for the mainstream market, and that's when video games really kind of took off, when it was with Atari. So Atari is still one of those names that a lot of people do know, and most gamers know Atari. Now, if you're a young viewer of mine, you may not even know what Atari is or know a little information on Atari, but a lot of the games that Atari made were on Atari-based systems, were all arcade games. So you had games like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Asteroids, Centipedes, you had Space Invaders, you had those type of games. Honestly, I'm not going to say that I'm a huge fan of Atari, but I did like some of their games, and I did play a lot of their games back in the day, so I am no stranger when it comes to Atari-based stuff. But this news is pretty exciting, considering if you think about 2017, how much has changed in the gaming industry. No more do we have cycles when it comes to gaming. We're having midlife cycles now when it comes to these gaming consoles, whether it be also Nintendo Switch making a hybrid, Nintendo's making a hybrid, whether it be PlayStation making a PS4 Pro, or the Xbox making an Xbox One X. So you can see that everything has really changed in the gaming industry, so I'm not surprised Atari is trying to make a comeback. Also, I'm pretty sure back in 2013, Atari did file for bankruptcy, so it's pretty cool that they're actually trying to make a comeback. We just don't know what kind of games this thing could be playing. We do have some information which I want to talk about, which I said was at E3. They did say it's based off of PC architecture. We don't know what that means, but that can really literally mean anything. If you remember a couple years ago, we did get a console that was not popular. You may not even remember it if you never picked it up. It was a $99 gaming box called the Ouya gaming box. It played indie games, and it was a set-top console type box. Pretty cheap, but nobody ever bought it. And the problem with the Ouya was the fact that a lot of the indie games on the Ouya were not that good at all, just because the Ouya indie games weren't actually good indie games. They were just some random indie games, and the interface was clunky. Actually, the controller was clunky. Speaking of the Ouya, funny story enough is I actually bought the Ouya on day one. I was actually really excited about the Ouya, but I will admit it was not the best console at all. But I will admit something: if you ever have a Ouya, or if you still have one, or if you've seen one, I would definitely suggest picking an Ouya up. Why would I suggest picking one up? Because, well, it's actually good as a emulator box. So you can play a lot of emulators because actually it's based off of Android architecture, if you're not aware. I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but I'm just talking about Ouya because we really don't know anything about this Atari box. I don't think it's actually going to end up like a plug-and-play device like the NES Classic or any of the games, a Sega plug-and-play game, so I don't think it's going to be one of those, but it could. Then again, this thing could come out on the market, and then we could all be surprised, and it still plays old Atari games. Speaking of Atari, they actually do have old Ataris you can actually buy that are plug-and-plays that have like 70 or 80 games built on, so I don't see why Atari, out of all companies, would want to come out in 2017 and make a new retro plug-and-play device when they already have a couple on the market. Hopefully this thing becomes awesome, becomes good. Will it ever be mainstream? Will it ever become popular? Who really knows what Atari is working on behind the scenes? I don't think, honestly, it's going to beat even Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo when it comes to gaming, but you never really know what's around the corner with gaming becoming so weird this generation. There's been so many weird things. The Switch being a hybrid again, the Xbox One X being the most powerful console on the market when it comes out, and also the PS4 Pro being a mid-cycle console. There's just so much on the market. It's just really hard to tell what's going to happen in the gaming industry. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video, and don't expect me for until about next Monday. I do apologize for that, guys. I've already made videos on that. I just don't want you guys thinking I'm going to be making videos regularly until then. It's just that some news broke, and I really wanted to tell you guys about the news. Again, anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.